Alright, welcome back, amazing rats. So let's move on to XXE or XML External Entities. So the code you see on screen is the code you'll find in the course as well. And in here basically, well, without this, of course, this is going to be my analytics tags. But basically you can copy this code, you can paste it into a new file, and then you can upload that file onto the training server that we talked about with the account training with a capital T and the password test lowercase t. So there we go. I've uploaded my file now. So now if I go visit that at hexpert.com/trading/your file name, of course, not XXE, of course. If you named it XXE, that's fine. And then of course I can see a new response here, and in my response it says basically to make a post request. Now this is an API, so we're going to use Postman for this. If you want to learn how to use Postman, I'll have a couple of YouTube videos up on that as well. And what I'll basically do is I'll have a simple request, and there I have what it says. So let's type in a little cheese type right here. And then if we send it off to the server, it's going to say the server also loves that cheese type. Pretty simple. A couple of vulnerabilities are possible here. XSS is among them, for example. But today we're only focused on XXE. Now, how can we get this, you might be wondering? Well, basically, there's this and this attack vector right here. I'm going to explain it for you guys as well real quick. So first of all, we're going to declare that we're talking about an XML. Then we're going to talk about the doc type, which is we're going to declare it. Then we'll say we have an entity in here, and we'll call that entity XXE. Now, what that entity is going to do in combination with that doc type is it's going to create a system call, and that system call is going to make a file operation, and it's going to open etc password. Very simple command, but of course I need to display that in my page as well somewhere, because if I just type brie right here, it's not gonna work. I need to type my actual attack vector in here, which is nxxe. And if we send that off to the server, we can see that we get a whole, whoop, I made a mistake apparently. Yep, I did. I didn't properly end my characters. Yep, exactly. You have to add the point comma, of course, my bad. And then if you send that off to the server, you will finally get the contents of that file. So that's what XXE is about. It's not easy to get around, not super easy at least, because if we go back to our code example real quick, the only thing that we can do basically right here, I've expressly put this in because XXE, it's not as common these days. It used to be a lot more common because by default this entity loader would be disabled by enabled by default. So this says disable entity loader false, which means that the entity loader is not gonna be disabled in our case. By default it will be, which will not allow it to load entities like we just declared. And these days all XXE libraries, all common XXE libraries have got